Hello everyone, this is the Daily Joker 77. I am back for another movie review. It just took me a while because I was busy. New relationship, it occupies your time, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Oh, look at I put the shield up on the wall. Hand, right? Boom, right there. And as in the thumbnail, have to be true to my favorite Spider-Man, which is Tobey Maguire. Favorite one. Next to Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield would be my third favorite. We're just talking live action. We're not getting into the animated or the video games. Not even close. That's too much to go over in one day. Way too much. Anywho's, well, this is still fresh in my memory because I just watched a recap to help refresh myself because I had an edible and I smoked a joint, so a little hard to remember anything. Right now, it's very tough to remember things, and without bursting out laughing. Oh my god. Anyway. Okay, anyway. Fuck. Just give me a minute. Real quick. Just give me. I remember where I was going to start. I remember. Anywho's, we start off our journey into this multiversal crossover with Quentin Beck revealing Peter Parker's Spider-Man identity. So now the whole world knows that Peter Parker's Spider-Man. As we all recall, and I'll get into this in another time for Spider-Man Far From Home, as we all know, this picks up right in that after that end credit scene. And there you go. So just helping refresh where in the timeline we're at. I think this happened in what, probably 2024, somewhere around there, because because Far From Home, that basically happened right after Endgame, so we're pretty much into another year if I'm not wrong. It's really hard to place. I don't have the encyclopedia of the timeline in front of me. I'm just going based off memory and just based off of, we're in. No, we're not. No, we're still in 2023. I'm so sorry. My stupid brain. I'm sorry. I thought we were in 2024. We're in 2023 because if it happens immediately after Far From Home, I thought it happened a year later because, high brain doesn't match with sober brain. So, correction, we're still 2023. Oh, damn. Yeah, we're in 2023. Still. Okay. So, now everybody's panicking on the street, as we remember from that one scene. Sorry, I'm just itchy. I don't know why. It's that like subconscious thing. You think you're itchy, then you're actually itchy, then you have to scratch because you're itchy now. Anyway, sorry, I have to adjust how I'm sitting because I am trying to sit comfortably here. Okay, cross-legged it is. Oh yeah, there we go. Anyways, or what's it? Anyways. Oh man, I need to get back in fighting shape. Oh god, here comes the Google Fit. Oh my god, now I'm going inside rants. Anyway, so MJ and Peter have to get out of there because they originally had a date at that moment, and then the news report comes on, so that kind of ruined their date and all that. So Peter swings MJ through the sewer back to his and May's apartment, and this is where we learn that May and Happy broke up, which was really sad because they were a cute couple, and it wasn't just a fling at me. You fucking love the guy. Shut the fuck up. Damn, he loves you. Damn. It's like, holy shit, May, you just blew an opportunity of probably the greatest relationship since Uncle Ben. And I have a very dark theory. We're gonna go into theory time. This is a new segment of movie review called Theory Time. Here's the theory, right? I don't know if you guys know about this. If you do, here's another twist added to it. So remember in Iron Man 2, yes, we're going back to Iron Man 2. We're just gonna whoop right back to the timeline all the way to, I don't know. If Iron Man happened in 2008, we'll say it happens a few months after, so we'll say we're still in 2008, roughly 2009. So let's go to the Stark Expo attack, where the Hammer drones take over the expo. They're attacking everyone, whatever, fuck all. Peter Parker standing right there, right? As far as we know, his parents probably died at the expo. And here's the darker part: Uncle Ben also was there. So they're probably just doing a family outing at the Stark Expo. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have fun. Oh, Peter's a huge fan of Iron Man. Okay, let's bring him to the expo. The cute Iron Man mask, get him a little repulsor glove, what have you. Yeah, it was cute. Bam. Now he has a tragedy in his life, where we're just assuming all three of them died in the Stark Expo attack, and that's why Peter's with Aunt May. That's why we don't see Uncle Ben. He wasn't killed like in the other universes. He was definitely killed at the Stark Expo with Peter's parents. It's just Peter didn't know, and then he probably did find out when he was able to be found among all the bodies and the drum parts. I'm sorry. This is a reason I'm getting into this theory, because here we go. We're getting into a very, very dark movie. This is one of the darkest of the Spider-Man movies. God, my brain's stuck on Peter Parker. Of the Spider-Man movies, well, let's say besides Spider-Man, I would say Spider-Man 2 or 3 would be really dark, but out of a whole of all the Spider-Man films, No Way Home is one of the darkest I've ever seen. And it's like I said, it deals with grief, and yeah. Yeah, I got a surprise for you guys. This is not the only movie review I'm doing today, so there you go. Anyway, I don't know why I just winked. Oh my god, I'm too fucking funny. I am really fucking high. Oh, I'm just so fucking high right now. Jesus. Anyway. So, now Peter cannot avoid the damage. Literally, Department of Damage Control finds him, and technically they cannot arrest him. I believe those were all Skrull before we knew about the Secret Invasion. The Secret Invasion was happening anyways, just that it came to a head in the show, which could have been a movie. We'll get into that another time. Anyway, I'm gonna go close and personal now, y'all. Anyways, yeah, you know what? Side note. Get a joint, get a blunt, get your pipe, get your bong, get your pens, smoke that shit, take some edibles. By the time they kick in, you'll be already into the other reviews. So there you go. Anywho's, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna upload one after the other, so you guys are gonna be watching like 2 premieres today, which is awesome. I'm not gonna schedule them at separate times. Like, they're just gonna upload when they upload, because it doesn't take long to upload a video, and then it premieres like within the next couple minutes after it starts to upload. So there you go. So, Happy May broke up. Peter's identity is revealed. Damage Control is now arresting Peter Parker. Ned Leeds, MJ, Aunt May, and Happy are all under investigation. But the thing is that this reveals that Damage Control is Skrulls. Think about it. How would they know if Fury has been off planet for the last year? Heh, 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 heh. It's like, hint, hint. So, as we all know, Fury's also a Skrull. Maria Hill's a Skrull. That was revealed in the end credit scene of Far From Home. So, does your brain hurt? Is it about to get worse? So, Daredevil, Charlie Cox. Yay, I can't believe it. I'm so excited for Daredevil Born Again. I'm so excited. I like Daredevil. He's a cool character. He's a badass. I just have to watch the show to recap before the news. This is just a continuation of the Disney Plus Marvel shows, of what was formerly known as the Netflix Marvel shows. So it's just a continuation. It's like, what? Daredevil, tell me in the comments, the comments in the comments section, tell me if Daredevil had more than 2 or 3 seasons. Like, is this like a season 4 now, or is this a season 3? I can't remember, because I really haven't watched the show in a while, so I have to recap. I will look it up later, and I'll just let you guys figure it out. See if who can guess right. That should be a little fun competition right there. Not saying there's a giveaway. I'm just saying like have a competition among yourselves. See who can guess how many Daredevil seasons there are without having to go on Disney Plus. Once you get the answer, then go to Disney Plus, and figure out for yourself. Like, just be shocked if you don't have Disney Plus. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Matt Murdock tells Peter they don't know he's Daredevil. Well, nobody does. I mean, this guy has been like, a vigilante for God knows how long. Doesn't that mean that Peter Parker is going to be hunted by Punisher eventually? Because that's in the That's in the comics. Yeah, Punisher hunted down Spider-Man. Yeah. Wasn't that also in the anime? Yes, it was in the animated show in the 90s. I remember. That was cool because they show Punisher in the opening credits, hunting down Spider-Man. I've also watched that episode. It's a very good one, I must say. But to see that in live action, John Berthal's Punisher, oh yeah, that'd be sick to see him hunt down Tom Holland's Peter Parker. That'd be sick. Anyway, so he tells Peter the charges are dropped. Happy is still under investigation because of stolen Stark technology. Yeah, that means MJ and Ned, they are not under investigation either. Neither is Aunt May. So basically, where does it go from there? Oh yeah, then Peter has to go to school, right? After all this. So yeah, so here's begs the question, how do you lead a normal life after everybody knows your super identity, after you're accused of being a killer and being accused of the London attack, which was like a week ago by what they said in the news reports. So that means Far From Home and No Way Home are a week apart. So I was right. We're still in 2023. Not months apart. It's a week apart. It's insane. Like, they actually did the continuity right. It's just I was getting scrambled because it's very confusing. It's very confusing at what everything happened in what years after Endgame. It's very confusing. Oh, sorry, searching. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, weed belches. Oof. Ugh, hate those things. Anyway, I'm like, oh. Anywho's. So, yeah, that means that Peter is what in senior year or so? Would he be in junior, senior year? Because they're doing college admissions already, so I'm assuming they're in senior year. Yeah, oh yeah, because of the ending, he can't do college admissions. Oh god. Yeah, he'd have to try all over again. But they got their MIT letters. Any other colleges just denied them because of the controversy of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. They're involved, they're associates of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. So Flash Thompson gets in though. He's obsessed with Spider-Man, as we all know, in this universe, and in the Amazing Spider-Man universe. And god damn it, this edible and the fucking joint are smacking me, saying hi. Boom, what's up? It was like smack. We're saying hi. You're gonna have fun. This is gonna be a long review. I just realized we're not even halfway through the movie. This is gonna be a while. God, I thank you guys for absolutely making John Wick 3's review. Let's just go on a side rant here. Blow the fuck up. I mean, it's almost at 50 views. I mean, Matrix 2 is past 70 views, so I'm not really shocked I'm getting this many views because you guys just like the content. So thank you. I'm like, thank you. Keep it up. Keep it up. Yeah, if you guys want to like suggest titles you want to see me review, then I will take those suggestions. But just know I already have up to season 16. Season 16 is still being planned, so pop suggestions in for season 16. Actually, I need ideas. I may have not seen these yet. If I haven't, then I'll try to find them and order them if I can. Point is, I'm still catching up on movies, so if like there's something you realize I might like, you guys are getting an idea based on my movie reviews, my movie tastes and everything of what I like and what I don't like. So just throwing suggestions. Anyway, So now Peter has to figure out how to get MJ and Ned into MIT, right? So he goes to Doctor Strange to clear his name, clear any memory of Peter Parker being Spider-Man to the entire world. That includes Doctor Strange, everyone that means Ned and MJ, Happy and Aunt May, Doctor Strange, the Avengers, anybody that knows Peter Parker Spider-Man, if they're on Earth and not in, if they're in space, not and or on, yeah, if they're in space they won't be affected, but on Earth they'll be affected. So yeah, Peter just won't shut the fuck up. Strange is trying to cast a spell, and it was really cool. Strange is like a mentor in a way to Peter. He's like trying to guide him. It's really neat. And Doctor Strange knew he needed a role model in his life, and Doctor Strange is the best role model, but still like needed a mentor again just to guide him, because Peter wasn't really ready to be very independent of a mentor and just be his own hero, his own person, because he felt he needs to be guided. So this is what Doctor Strange is providing him, is guidance and keep him steady on the right path. So he's like, yeah, before they get to the spell, I had to backtrack a little bit. He's like, yeah, even if I had the time stone, I don't have it. So even if I did, yes, I could do this, but that could affect the timeline, and he knows this. And that would just spell trouble for the rest of the multiverse as well. It would affect everything. The course of this movie would be changed. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness would be changed. So a lot would be different, and a lot would not line up how it should. And so Doctor Strange gets an idea from Wong. Like, he said, basically, yeah, you'll probably just forget to keep up on the sanctum. And he's like, Wong, I think you have an idea. He's like, no, it's just a simple memory spell. It's not gonna really affect much. Oh, yes, it does. So the simple forgetting spell, he's like, remember the moon party of Carmitage? And he's like, no, exactly. I think it was like a full moon or something like that. It was like exactly. Oh my god, that was great. I love the comedy in the MCU. It's top notch, top notch. Oh my god, it's so goddamn funny. Anyway, so he agrees to help Peter and cast a spell, and like I said, Peter just does not shut the fuck up. He's like, oh, Happy. Happy needs to know. He's like, no, I'm not happy. I'm annoyed. No, Happy's a person. Happy Hogan. Oh my god, and this Doctor Strange is asking, what's a Ned? And he's asking, well, is she your girlfriend because you're Spider-Man, or is she your girlfriend in general? He's like, God, I hope not. Like, he hopes it's not just because he's Spider-Man. I mean, it's not like that. I mean, from what we can see, MJ is generally in love with Peter, and yeah, they have a beautiful relationship. It's fucking cute. God damn, that's adorable. You can see the chemistry on the screen, too. It's like, ooh, damn. Anyway, so what we see is the multiverse cracking open like a fucking egg once again. We are just getting the multiverse wrecked, and you just can't stop it. This is actually meant to happen. And we'll get to my theories about Deadpool 3 another time. After, we've seen the rest of the trailers before it comes out, I will legitimately throw in my theories, figure out what's going to happen, and just guessing how many cameos and which exact cameos are going to pop up. Think about it. There's going to be a lot of cameos. There's going to be a fuck ton. This is prepping us for Secret Wars. Anyway, let's get back to where I was. God, I rant like crazy when I'm high. Jesus, that's a good thing. Is like, yeah, I just know my shit. And some things I may get wrong, but some things I learned. So yeah, bear with me. So anyway, oh yeah, you like the fireplace? I do too. God, these are so relaxing. I wish I could sleep with one of these on, but it would just fry my TV most likely, because I don't have an energy saver timer on the damn thing. So whatever. Anyway, so Doctor Strange said that the way the spell was damaged, he said, how did he exactly word it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Right. He said, the multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little, and it's not just making people know that Peter Parker's Spider-Man in the world. It's across every single fucking universe now. So that spell reached out to every universe. And guess what? Some villains actually popped up from two universes, Tom Maguire and Andrew Garfield's universe, except for the Green Goblin in the Amazing Spider-Man verse. Yeah, they all came through. They all came through. So now Peter has no luck with Doctor Strange's help. Um, Now he calls up Flash. He's like, "Hey, is there any way I can speak to you about getting back to MIT?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, the like the head of MIT or something just left. She's going to the airport." So Peter swings and glides over to the freeway. He has no access to Stark Industries mainframe, so he has no facial recognition. He has no nothing. Stark network unavailable, so he has no access to it because damage control. Cut him off of that Department of Damage Control. I should say they're kind of like Shield, but like very evil Shield, kind of like Hydra again. That's what I think the Skrulls were doing. They were infiltrating into the government, which makes sense because a lot of the government was infiltrated. They almost impersonated the president. If I'm not wrong, I think that was their goal. I think. No, it wasn't. They're not even. And maybe it was. I don't know. They're Skrulls. They can look like anybody and sound like anybody. So Jesus, that's disturbing. Wow. So, anyway, he does eventually talk to the head of MIT, and he's just saying, don't let his mistakes transition into MJ and Ned's life. Was his point he's trying to make? And she basically says, as long as you keep your noses clean, um, then you guys can get back in. So he got a free ticket in without realizing it. I think that was after. No, actually, that was she said after that Doc Ock comes up. So here we go. Sorry, I scramble things sometimes. Anyway, here we go. Doc Ock appears on the bridge, fights Spider-Man. He does eventually rip off some of the nanotech of the suit, and it bonds to Doc Ock's tentacles. I don't know why I had that analogy. I mean, they're basically like an extension of his arms, so whatever. So it bonds with the tentacles, and that's how Peter was able to control them. Sorry, I'm just itchy. My God. Anyway, so yeah, he basically takes control of the tentacles, and he is able to put Doc Ock on commission. Then the Green Goblin attacks after after the head of MIT called him a hero, called Peter a hero, said if you keep your noses clean, I'll get you and your friends back in MIT. Bam, there you go. Or get you into MIT, I should say. Then they have a chance because she's going to talk to the head of admissions. So basically, Green Goblin attacks. Then Doctor Strange teleports Doc Ock, Otto Octavius, and Peter Parker back to the Sanctum Sanctorum, where the cells are at for any threats they have to put in a holding cell. So now we also learned Lizard was there. Kirk Connors from the Amazing Spider-Man universe. So Doctor Strange shows Peter, hey, these are the cells. I need you to help me get these multiversal threats back, or any multiversal things that came through. That's what he said. A few of these multiversal people managed to squeak through the cracks in the multiverse. They're able to come to 616. We'll learn more about which characters swapped universes, also because it's very vital, from Morbius and the second Venom and the end credit scene of No Way Home. It's very vital how the multiverse interacted with the Spider-Verse and the MCU. It hurts your head. My head is already hurting. We're not even halfway through the film. This is going to be a while. I told you. Grab your shit. You should be feeling the effects of your edible, of your joint, whatever you're smoking. Feel the effects. So, um, where was I? Right? Bam. Oh yeah. So Peter's given the magic enhanced gauntlet on his nanosuit. That's actually part of the nanosuit that was still on Peter, not the part controlling Doc Ock's tentacles. Doctor Strange was able to enhance it with magic. So when Peter fires a web like this, it'll shoot out a little projectile made of magical energy to teleport the villains back to the cells. Very cool, very cool. Actually, that was neat. He meets Electro and Sandman, gets them both back. Yeah, Max Dillon doesn't look the same actually, but Flint Marko does. So is Kirk Connors a little bit. Kirk Connors looks different. Doc Ock looks the same. So eventually, he learns something. The villains were taken out of their timelines or their universes upon the moment of their death. So, Peter, knowing this now, he finds Norman Osborn at Aunt May's shelter job and everything. Volunteering job, I should say. And shelter, yeah, I think it was shelter. Anyway, that's not important. Anywho's, he meets Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, who we learned was able to get control of himself for just a little bit until the Goblin persona will take over, because it is a split personality and you can't cure that. You can essentially give them medicine to, help them control the other personalities. That's a way to do it if it's that extreme. In Norman's case, it is that extreme. And yeah, yeah, that's right. So Peter's like, hey, before we send them back, we could cure them of their powers, of their illnesses. We could cure them of their insanity before they die. Maybe it'll help. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I learned this. If you change something of a different universe timeline, put the same variant into that timeline again, it creates a branch. They're going to go to the branch timeline, not back to the main timeline. It's going to go into a branch because you're already affected the outcome of that original universe's variant. Now it's branches off. And I can understand why the TVA is so busy looking for Kang. They're just dismissing what the fuck else is going on with the multiverse. They're like, fuck all, no. They're like, no. Because technically, Loki Season 2 takes off right after the events of Loki Season 1. So really, realistically, Loki is watching all this go down. And he's like, meh. He's like, the multiverse is already breaking like fucking crazy, so meh. He's like, who cares? So, oh boy. Oh boy. So, yeah. I'm losing my train of thought here, so help me for a second. Just let me think. That's right, because Peter fights Doctor Strange in the mirror dimension. That's where Doctor Strange was able to get Peter to talk to him one-on-one after Peter took the box that had the spell, was able to reverse the spell if it's triggered. 1 second, I'll be right back. Sorry, just had to take care of something real quick. My nose, it was getting sniffly. Excuse me. Anyway, so Peter's able to take on Doctor Strange. He stops him. Then Peter was able to get away with the box. With MJ and Ned after trapping Strange in the mirror dimension. That was after Doctor Strange pushed his astral form out of Peter's body. So Peter was able to essentially control what's going on with his astral form, which is very interesting. And a little Easter egg, we saw the spider sense squiggly lines like in the comics. It was really cool. So spider sense is going off in his astral form, which is very cool. I thought that was neat. That was really neat. Sorry, itch. And yeah, so I'm losing my train of thought. I am really losing my train of thought. This is really smacking me hard. I'm gonna have to also focus on another review. This is gonna be very interesting. I'm not trying to push myself. I just have the energy to get out to reviews. So after Peter and Ned and MJ get the box, Peter takes the villains back to Happy's apartment, and he's able to figure out how to cure them all. So he cures Doc Ock. Then Norman's identity takes over. The Goblin takes over Norman's identity. The split personality shows itself, and Goblin starts to attack Peter. And the other villains escape. Doc Ock just had to get out of there because he could not take them all on at once. Especially the Goblin with his glider, and I think he partly could figure that out. That's why he like skipped out of town for a sec. So a fight goes on between Norman and Peter. The Lizard gets into it a little bit. Sandman and Electro escape, and then May is trying to help Peter stop the Goblin. She's fatally wounded, and Peter is just beating the snot out of by Goblin. Just beat the snot out of Peter. And before May dies, after a grenade went off, she said to Peter, with great power must also come great responsibility, and that about makes me cry, because that's literally a little twist on the with great power comes great responsibility. Oh my god. Ooh, that's gonna make me cry. This is a very heavy movie on top of being very action heavy, very intense. It's very heavy. So if I start crying, I'm so sorry. So Aunt May eventually dies. Peter gets away after Happy told him to run, just get out of here. Peter has to deal with grieving now, and he has to be on the run. And that's when we learn about, like, maybe hours later, after MJ and Ned are trying to find Peter, they really can't. Ned summons a portal, opens a portal, and summons the amazing Tobey Maguire's Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Then he opens a portal again with the sling ring from Doctor Strange that Peter took. I should have mentioned that. He finds Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. And the interactions are fucking awesome. They try to web each other. It was the coolest fucking thing. Then it gets real again. They find Peter, and they share losing their Uncle Ben, but Andrew Garfield's Peter, he also lost Gwen. She was his MJ. They also lost Uncle Ben. Oh man. So they understand what Peter's going through. Peter 1, I should say. Peter 2 and 3 understand what he's going through, and they eventually figure out how to cure the villains. The fight happens at the Statue of Liberty. The villains are cured, and then let's see, the box was blown up, so the spell is just going nuts. Doctor Strange tries to contain it, and then Peter 1, the MCU Peter, is so enraged he tries to kill the Goblin, and realizing this, Andrew Garfield throws the Goblin's cure at Peter 1, and he was able to get Goblin his cure, basically medication that would be permanent, probably neutralizing the super soldier serum that originally gave the Goblin a split personality, because his mind couldn't take it. Remember, the super soldier serum, if this is so accurately on point with the MCU as well, will bring out the worst in you or the best in you. And this time it brings out the worst. Cause the split personality. And there you go. So he's cured. Doctor Strange casts a new spell that basically will fix the cracks in the multiverse, so everybody in the world, including Doctor Strange, across the multiverse is going to forget that Peter Parker's Spider-Man of the MCU. I hope to God that did not affect the other two Peter Parker's universes as well. Maybe it did, we just don't know. We'll find out probably in Secret Wars. So MJ has to forget Peter. Oh my god, he can't say I love you back because it's gonna break the spell and then it's not gonna work. Oh, oh my god, it's so sad. Oh my god, it's sad. It's not okay, it's sad. Oh my god, it's gonna make me cry. This is okay. No. So the but the spell's gonna go fixed, but it's gonna be reversed. This is gonna make me cry because they're such a cute couple and you want them to stay together, but he can't have her end his life because that'll endanger her. And Ned, most importantly MJ. And they just started dating too. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so sad. That's sad. I'm sad now. This is really heartbreaking. Oh. Aw. Oh, that's sad. So Peter has to figure out life on his own. He has to live on his own because MJ's dead. I'm sorry, because Aunt May is dead. Aunt May is dead. Jesus Christ, man, come on. Jesus. Get that plot point already. How high are you, sir? No, how are you? um. So, yeah, he visited her grave, and then we knew he made a new suit. He also has to get his GED. I'm pretty sure he's wiped off any identity mainframes. Like, he probably doesn't even have social security number, had to get a new one, probably had to update his ID, what have you. I mean, jeez. Like, damn, dude. His whole identity was wiped out. Like, nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows who he is for fuck's sake. He was probably wiped out of any academic records too, most likely. That's probably what the spell did. So here's the other little twist here. Vulture, Michael Keaton's Vulture, Adrian Toomes was swapped to the Spider-Verse with Morbius. So those two interacted now. Venom, Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock, swapped to the MCU, swapped back to the Spider-Verse, but he left part of the symbiote behind. He was also caught up on the MCU, but Venom, the symbiote, knew Peter Parker's Spider-Man. He recognized him from another universe. That begs the question, which Spider-Verse from Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield is Venom a part of? What is Morbius a part of? What's Craven a part of? Madam Web? I bet you it's the Andrew Garfield universe. Boom. There's a fucking definitive answer. It's not Tobey Maguire. It is the fucking Amazing Spider-Man universe. Boom. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I need to study up on another movie. Real quick, I need a recap. I will record another video, another review. It's going to be interesting because now I'm really getting high than I thought I would be. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the review. Didn't mean to make it like a recap, but not my intention. It's just I was just going through the plot. I didn't realize it would take so long to explain it. That is essentially a review. If you're explaining the movie, that's essentially a review. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. It's a great movie. It made me fucking cry. Still like it to this day. I have it on 4K, so I watch it all the time. But my second favorite movie from the MCU is coming up in the next review. See you guys later.